Everyone, I'm McCulloch, going over Prot Warrior solo of the spine of Deathwing. It's kind of the hurdle most people have to get over to try and get Deathwing heroic kills to try for their Lifebinder mount. It's only really achievable on heroic mode. I'm currently doing this on 25 man heroic, as you can see next to the mini map. I have markers set down. We're going to treat the center of the ship as the center of Deathwing's back whenever we get dropped down to him. What we're going to do is you have the square, the triangle, the circle, and star as the tentacles. They're on the sides of his body. And I have the skull and the X as a marker, as a guideline of where you don't really want to go past those points. Because if you do, you risk getting in close to the tentacles and rooting yourself, causing more damage to yourself over the fight regardless. I mean, I'm currently 722 item level with just some random trinkets put in, just because you don't really want any, like the drinking horn, you don't want that, because it gives a dot and you might accidentally hit the Mogalons, and you don't want to inadvertently kill him because you need to get him up to 9 stacks of the corrupted blood, so you don't want anything that does dots or cleaves or anything. So I took a few of my lower trinkets just so it's don't have that issue, I guess you could say. But simply, whenever you start it, we'll go through, kill some of the tentacles, either probably the square, circle, and star. But then after I kill those, I'll be going side to side. Here's a upward view. I'll be going side to side from X to skull, and through my Eidon big wigs, you'll actually hear a ding. And whenever you hear the ding, you'll see me going to the other side, because it's pretty much telling me that the timer has started or restarted for the roll. So as soon as you go to one side, it'll go ding, ding, ding. You'll hear that quite often. Could get annoying for the video, but it's an easy indication for me saying, hey, the timer's reset. Alright, I can go ahead and go to the other side. Timer's reset, I can go right back to the other side. It goes very well for it. I think it'll help out for a lot of the classes other than a Prot Warrior. I mean, right now, at 722 item level, it's really not going to matter if I root myself or not or whatever. Just take very little damage here as a Prot Warrior. But any other classes that are, say, mages or hunters or rogues or something, for aspects that don't really have a lot of self-healing and aren't really tanks, they're pure DPS, might have a little issues getting the climb to keeping yourself healed, because on heroic you do get a healing debuff to where it absorbs all healing done until like 200k health or something is healed up, I do believe. It's like corrupted blood. I think that's what a big issue is with a lot of people soloing this on some classes that don't really have a lot of self-healing, is they get that debuff on themselves and they can't ever get above it, and they just keep taking damage, they get lower and lower, and it's a little frustrating. But I think with seeing it set up this way and kind of explaining why you kind of go from skull to X, and you kind of stay away from the sides, you don't really want to roll it too much. Or actually, I wouldn't roll it at all. I don't think I roll it at all on my Prot Warrior, because I just kill all the Mogalons off individually, single target, and then I just keep one around randomly. Let the bloods build up, and I'll kill the bloods with like a thunderclap and flick up the one Mogalon to pick up all 9 stacks of the debuff so that I can take him up front and kill it. But simply, it's the same thing throughout the 3 different armor plates. You want to have it stay in the center. You just go back and forth. For me, Big Wigs does that chime like I talked about. Allows me to go back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes I do see it, like when I'm in a party with someone or whatever, if I'm not really soloing it. If they're in the dungeon with me or sitting right outside. For some reason, it likes to do a 5-second count, but generally, I see a 10-second count between the different rolls. Like sometimes it tries to bug and it gives me a 5-second count, so it makes it a little bit harder, a little more hectic because it's like a 5-second count. You gotta constantly keep moving back and forth on a 5 second, or else you get thrown off his back. But generally, I usually see a 10-second count, which gives you plenty of time to go from one side to the other side and kind of time it for whenever you want to blow up the armor. Say you're up front next to the armor, you killed that over here. You see he's about to blow up. Just take yourself over to the X side, get a fresh new 10 seconds or 9 seconds count while you're already starting to do damage to the tentacle as it pops up, or the tendon, you want to say. Just so you have a good fresh 10 seconds or 9 to 10 seconds on that tendon or more. Just give yourself plenty of time. Generally won't need that much time at all. But in aspects, if you do get unlucky and get the 5 second rolling feature or whatever, it could get hectic. And just know that you only have to move a very little bit in the middle to try and get the roll timer to reset. You don't have to go all the way to the side next to the tendons or tentacles. You don't have to go all the way out there. You just got to go just barely away from the center of him, and your timer will reset, and you're able to go to the other side, and you don't ever really have to get rooted or get close to the tentacles at all. And typically when I solo it, the tentacles, I can either kill them or I can leave them up. They never really have rooted me at all, like you usually see when multiple people are in the group. They'll like stun people, and you have to use like your pet or something to do some little damage on it to break free of the fiery grip. But whenever I solo it, I never get fiery gripped. I don't think there's been once that I've been soloing this trying for the Lifebinder mount that I've ever been gripped while soloing it. So with that explanation, I'd like to hopefully you'll kind of see it whenever I get down there. The markers stay what I'm talking about. It's a lot of explanation beforehand, but hey, it's a lot better to have an explanation of the whole thing than going in blind and not even saying anything, just trying to make you interpret what I'm doing the whole time. So alright, so without further ado, I'll go ahead and start the event. I like to keep the cinematics going for it. I mean, with big wigs you can turn it off or it automatically skips it, but I like to run it through. Even in old dungeons, old raids, I like to see the cinematics. So I mean, they put in a lot of work, so why not see them? Especially when doing a video, it's always nice. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Alright, so here's the center of the ship, center of it. There's 10-second roll. Boom. It's rolling again. Rolling again. So now I'm just going through and freaking killing off some of the modulations. Trying to not really do cleave. As you can see, I really don't ever really get to the very edge. Sorry for the annoying dings, because that's my add-on to let me know that my timer reset. Luckily, I've got 10 seconds. That's what I normally get is 10 seconds. So now all I'm doing is just waiting for the bloods to build up that come from the killed tentacles. You gotta get up to like 9 stacks on the Mogalons, the hideous Mogalons, the guys that spawn from the tentacles once you kill them. Let 8 or 9 of them spawn. You gotta run the Mogulation over it to get him debuff. Once he gets 9 stacks, he'll have a big red fiery sphere around him, and that's when you take him up to the next little armor and kill him so that he can blow up and knock a piece of armor up, so that then you can kill a tendon and move up his spine. There he is. He's gonna blow up. Go to the other side. Get a fresh 10 seconds. And pretty much rinse and repeat. Just stay in the center. Let stuff build up. I skilled one of the tentacles just to get my Mogulation out, so that once I get enough bloods, I can go ahead and just start the next armor. Oh, messed up right there. Went over too far because I was trying to tab target. Now he's at 9. Take him up to the armor. Alright, since I killed that front tentacle on that armor, I already have a fresh Mogalon, so I don't have to kill any more tentacles. Now it's just bouncing back and forth for the roll. Let some of the bloods build up. If you see some excess bloods already laying on the deck, or on his back, what you want to call it, just go ahead and move them around, just going from side to side, just so you can pick up the bloods. Alright, it's already at 9. Alright, now he's gonna blow up. We're gonna do the last armor. And there it goes. Alright, that's how I do the spine. Pretty much each week, trying for the life binder off of Deathwing. I mean, I gotta do it 25 heroic, so I can actually have a chance at it. I'm talking about, let's go down here. 25 heroic, there's the life binder hands maiden mount. It only really drops in heroic. So you go 25 normal. All you have is the range of the Blazing Drake, which is actually, the Blazing Drake is connected to one of the Drake achievements that gives you the Emerald Drake, where you gotta get a bunch of the other Drake mounts in order to get it. It's like Awake the Drakes is the achievement. I already have the Blazing. I already have the Awake the Drakes mount because I'm an avid mount collector. But as you can see, it's normal, Then on heroic is the only way you get the handmaiden. I do believe they have it in 10 heroic also. 10 heroic you can get the life binder. The spine, if you see that you can't really do the spine solo on a class that's not really like a tank or anything on 25 heroic, I mean you can try 10 heroic. The main reason why I do 25 heroic is you actually get a decent amount of gold from running this place. You get like 125 or 140 per boss. Let's see here. Yeah, let me get up here and loot the crate, and you'll see 126 gold for 25 heroic. If you did it on 10 man, you get like 30 or 25 or something gold. You get like literally jack shit for gold. So it's kind of a bonus to do a 25 man heroic, get 125 gold per boss. Let's see, was there like 10 bosses? 8 bosses. So you get 800. You add the 25 in there, could get close to 1,000 gold just from looting a boss. But then you also have all the gear. All the gear that drops, 13 gold, 5, another 5 gold, 45 gold for trinkets. See, 20 gold for shoulders, another 48 gold for trinket, another 50 gold for weapons. So you get 125 gold for killing the bosses, but then you also get another probably a few hundred gold or something just from selling all the items that drop. Staff, 50 gold. Yeah, you get a bunch of gold by doing a 25 man heroic because you get all the loot for yourself. So if you can do a 25 man heroic, I would do a 25 man heroic. So you can get the gold and try for mounts, and of course get the achievement for the Spine of Deathwing heroic. There's an achievement for it, actually, I do believe. And if you can get it done on heroic, then you can get the chromatic champion achievement done on your own after 4 weeks, where you have to start the encounter on the 4 different platforms here on Deathwing, which will get you closer to the actual Glory of the Cataclysmic Raider, I do believe, which will give you the Twilight Drake, I do believe. It's been a little while, but there's a lot of mounts in this place. I think Ultraxion has a mount. The Experiment 12B that drops, I already have it, just because I've been running this place so much to try and get the Life Binder mount off of Deathwing. It's one of the mounts I don't have, the only mount in here I don't have, so let's just go ahead and do Deathwing 25, see if my Life Binder actually drops for me or something, as an added bonus, I guess. If you are unfamiliar with Dragon Soul, each of the aspects are covering a platform. You got Alex Straza, the red platform, which will breathe fire onto the arms of Deathwing that come up on each platform. You got Nozdormu, which will slow down time because there's supposed to be missiles or whatever that Deathwing actually shoots at you on each platform. It really doesn't happen when you're soloing it because you just kill it too fast. You got Ysera, which will give you this little dream button down here. It reduces your damage taken by 50% for 30. This has a 30-second cooldown, so when it was current, it was nice. You would generally kill this one like second to last, so that you'd have that Emerald Dream ability for the 2 other platforms. Generally, you started on red, and then you killed the Nozdormu. Then you had, let's see, yeah, you'd kill Extraza's platform first. She'd go away, and then you'd kill Nozdormu, which slowed down the missiles, but you'd only have to deal with the missile for 2 platforms, because you can see it come in, but with Nozdormu slowing it, you generally was able to kill the missile before it exploded on the platform, because if it landed on the platform and exploded, it started pulsating damage to everyone in the raid. But generally, you could, with Nozdormu, you could kill the missile before it hit, and then you would do Ysera over here, and the missile would hit, but you'd still have the Emerald Dream ability because you're doing her platform. So you could take 50% less damage for when it hit while you're killing it. So it worked out. You just had to do it certain ways, but that's the Chromatic Champion achievement. You'd have to go to different platforms, start on different ones, making, you know, the encounter kind of harder. Which ultimately, one of them you have to do Caligos, which he gives you like a 20% damage bonus or whatever for the encounter. So you always wanted to kill him last so that you would have the 20% damage bonus on all the other arms and giant tentacles and stuff that pop up. Let's see here. Caligos. Let's go over the buffs. Presence, 20% spells and attacks cause a spell weave. Alright. Damage dealt increased by 20%. Where spells and attacks cause a spell weave. Alright. Narsdumu's presence. Melee range and spellcasting speed increased by 20%. Alright, you have Alex Strauss's present. Your max health is increased by 20%. Alright. Then Ysera's healing done increased by 20%. Allows players to enter the dream. So that's the dream right here. So each of the aspects gives you a bonus. Pretty much helping you with the fight. So let's go ahead and knock this out so you can see it. I'm generally going to start on the red platform anyways, because it's what I'm used to. I already have the achievement, so I'm just running over the red platform. As he is the mutated corruption. That's what should spawn on each platform, but I guess spawned here. Didn't kill it on the last platform. This is supposed to impale you, where you take more damage from the consecutive impales, but it's really mute now. When it was current, you had to freaking swap tanks and everything on it because you couldn't take more than 2 or else you kind of died. At least at the beginning of the expansion, or at the beginning of doing the raid, you couldn't take 2. Later on, when you get really geared, you're able to, you know, handle more. Where you started finding the tricks to it. You know, everything you generally can't do at a low gear level, but then once you get higher, okay, yeah, I can cheat this, you know. I see there's mutated corruption for each platform.
I will charge you with arcane energy to blast your foes.
Yeah, see, impale. Increase impale damage taken by 300%. That's for 3 stacks of it, so. When it was current, you couldn't, you know, you get 100% damage increase from impale, so you get the second impale or something, you were hurting. Oh, look at Thrall. The Green Jesus! She's using the Dragon Soul to kill Deathwing. Yay. Go ahead, Green Jesus. Do your almighty. Alrighty.
I can feel the elements awakening, rejoicing. The cataclysm is over.
The champions who fought at our side assured the survival of our world. But now, we must see it with mortal eyes. We dragon aspects have fulfilled our great purpose, and our ancient power is expended. But though our day draws to an end, life endures, and new generations will be born. Today's victory belongs to all who stood against the shadow. You are Azeroth's true guardians, and the future of this world is in your hands. For the dawning of the Age of Mortals has begun.
Yeah, not my favorite in cinematic for an expansion. Really was. Yeah. Oh, fucking lame. The damn blazing Drake dropped. Ugh. I was like, oh my god, I'm out. And I was like, oh, fucking blazing Drake. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously? Ugh. When I know several people have been trying to farm this for that damn amount, and I get to drop when no one's with me. So depressing to see a mount and it's not the mount you want. Oh man, it sucks. This part was gonna make a couple of people, a couple of my friends mad when they watch this, because I really see that it dropped, and I'm ended up going to sell it to a vendor. Yay. But thanks for watching. I hope the guide for the spine helps you out. It's where you can actually see it. Please like the video, leave a comment so that I can make more videos later on. What else you'd like to see soloed or done or kind of explained. You know, just leave a comment. Anything you actually want to see recorded, made a video of, just anything. I'll leave it up to you. Alright? Have a good one.